Afternoon. Mark on point again. About to take off. And we got another day of rain. But I'm not going to talk about rain today. I'm not going to talk about showers of blessings again. Now, I could talk about showers of blessings and just take off on that, but I want to talk about being a good person. You know, you got people who think they're good people and people who are good people and people who just ain't good people. And it just come to me that the point is that Jesus was a good person. He was a good all-around type person. Matter of fact, I'm talking about managers. If Jesus were around today, he'd have made a good businessman, a good manager. A manager is someone who takes care of his people. That's what Jesus did. Jesus took care of his people. He went out about, and found him 12 different types of ordinary type people. And one thing he did, he took care of his 12 disciples. His team, as we would say today. He was a manager of a great team. Some were liars, some were cheaters, some were just bad sinners. Even Matthew was a tax collector. Peter, a fisherman, even admitted that he was a sinner. And, but they were good at heart. And Jesus took care of his team. He was a good manager. And he showed his team how to serve. And to be a good manager, you got to take your people, your flock, if you're a preacher, or your team if you're a manager, and you got to show them how to work, how to serve. And by doing that, you go out amongst your people, your team, and you serve them, and you teach them, and you work side by side with them. Now, a bad manager looks over your shoulder and says, "Do it my way." A good manager stands shoulder to shoulder with you and said, "This is the way I want it done, and let me show you." And he jumps in the trenches and the holes and shows you how he wants it done. And that's exactly the way Jesus is. He comes alongside of you, and he comes along shoulder to shoulder with you, and carries most of the load, and said, "This is the way you do it." Hallelujah. And see, when we're walking and working side by side with Jesus, he takes us and he shadows us, and he says, "This is how it's done. This is how it comes about." No, he doesn't stand around and watch us. No, a bad manager is going to stand around and watch you do your work. A good manager is going to demonstrate and show you how to do your work. And that's Mark's point. Mark out.